The title of this video is How to Create, Store, and Share a Lesson with SongSurgeon Pro. And I'd like to begin with this title because we can take this headline and modify it for you. What instrument do you play? The guitar, the bass, sax, trumpets, the harmonica? You name it, and you can use SongSurgeon to help you create a lesson for that instrument. For this particular example, we're going to be looking at creating a drum lesson. And let me take you through the steps. The first step, once you know what song or lesson you want to create, is to go to your favorite site and find some audio or video for it. For this example, I'm going to use YouTube, and the song I'm interested in is called Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. On YouTube, I have looked at several available videos and settled on this one. Step 2 in the process is to use the SongSurgeon sniffer to detect and help you download this video. As soon as I started playing, you'll note that the sniffer window detects the video playing, and I simply now select download and play, and I start the download, and when it is done it will actually open up in SongSurgeon for me to begin to work with. So you'll see it open in here. So let's go through that process next. So we're going to call this Smells Like Teen Spirit, and we're going to click Save. And as you can see, we're starting the download. So as you can see, the download is about ready to finish up. I'm going to switch back to SongSurgeon here and watch what happens as soon as this finishes. You're going to see it start to process the file here. By the way, when it turns color here, that simply means that the download has been completed. Now it's converting the file to a WAV file, and now it's going to begin processing it. You can see it says opening right here, and it's pulling it into SongSurgeon right now, and there you go. There is, and it's playing right now. So there is that YouTube video that we've now imported into SongSurgeon. So step 3 is to find some decent tabs for this song. And of course you could create them yourself in MusicPad, but I prefer to start with something and edit it, because for me I think it's simply quicker and easier to do it that way. So I've done some searching on the internet, and of course there are many places where you can find tablature and many different versions of this, but I've arrived at this version here that I think is a pretty good set of tabs. So we're going to go ahead and copy these. I'm just using my mouse to highlight them. Control C, which is a keyboard shortcut to copy, and then we go back to SongSurgeon and we click the MusicPad tab, and it opens up a blank page here of MusicPad. Going to then go ahead and click this button here for a text block, and we're going to stretch this and we're going to make this as big as we can. I'm going to edit it now. I'm going to do Control V, and now I've copied the tablature that we saw on the website. I've copied this tablature into MusicPad. Now, a couple of things. First of all, this may spread beyond one page, and if so, we may have to move part of it to a second page. But the other thing I can see is that it seems to be wrapping, so the font size of what's been pasted in here is too big. So I'm simply going to right click, and let's change this to 12. Doesn't seem like that helped us much. Let's change it to 10. There we go. So by changing it to 10, it now seems to fit in here much better. So that completes this step, and we'll prepare for step 4 now. So now that I have both audio and tabs, the next thing I'm going to do is simply save this, and we will save it as a SSP or project file. So we're going to call this drum lesson for short. It's going to save it as an SSP, and it has now saved this file. So that means the next time we open it, it will not only recall the audio, but it will also recall the information that we've placed in MusicPad. Step 6 is to begin to customize this lesson or this song for yourself by using SongSurgeon to isolate sections of the song you're interested in. And we're not going to spend a lot of time on that in this video. I simply want to point out, for example, that you might be interested in this outro here. So we could simply set a loop there and set a loop at the end. And now we can have this thing loop repeatedly. And of course, if we wanted to slow it down, we can slow it down to 50% so we can better hear what's going on. And of course, the many other things you can do to customize this for yourself. One might be, for example, that if you just wanted to focus on this, you could highlight all the rest of this and delete it. You can put markers up at the top. You can do a whole variety of different things here. And my point is that SongSurgeon allows you to customize this and create your own lesson. And as you do that, and if you're only going to focus on part of it, then you might of course go back to MusicPad and delete the part of the tablature here that's not relevant anymore, and leave only that part of the tablature that will reflect the part that you're working on. So that's how you customize a song within SongSurgeon to create it. And then of course, once you're done creating this or modifying this file so you have your custom lesson, you would want to click Save Again, so you save whatever changes that you've made. And then we would proceed to the last step, which is sharing this. Step 7, which is the sharing of this lesson, is not something you must do, but rather it's something you might want to do. For instance, if you're a teacher, you want to send this to a student, or if you're a student and you want to send this to your teacher, or a bandmate, or a friend, or anyone that you might want to share it with, there's a pretty neat way that you can do that. If you go up to the Export button and select Publish CPOD to the Cloud, it will start a process here, and I'm going to suggest that we share this as an MP3 file because it's going to simply make it smaller, and I'm selecting 192 kilobit here as the quality setting. We're going to select OK, and it's processing here. It just takes a second. Okay. Username. So this could be your name if you created it. Let's call yourself Joe Drummer here. And then comments. Now in comments, you can put in here whatever you want, but in addition to that, one of the interesting things you can do is if you wanted to put the URL references for both the tabs and the video, you could do that. So let's go back and grab those real quickly. For the tabs, here's the tab reference. So I've grabbed it, going back to SongSurgeon, going to put the URL in there. There it is. And then let's go back again. Here's the URL for the video. I'm going to grab it, going to go back to SongSurgeon. We're going to put it here. And that way, whoever you send this to, if they want to go back and look at the original sources that you've used, they have them right here to be able to follow those sources and go back and view them. So once you've put in here whatever it is you'd like, click Next, and it goes through the process of preparing what we call a CPOD. I'm not going to describe that. We've got a couple of pages on our site that talk about it, but essentially it allows you to create this standalone file which anyone, in this case that would be a Windows user, because this is a Windows only product right now, can open this up and use it even if they don't own or don't have SongSurgeon installed on their computer. So that's a pretty nifty little way to be able to share lessons, share files, share whatever you create in SongSurgeon with someone else. So the CPOD creation process is done, and it's now going to upload this to the cloud. Okay, it's about ready to finish up here. Now that it's done, it says here, here's the download link for your new CPOD, and it's actually placed a copy of this link on your clipboard, so you don't have to copy it, it's already there. So I'm going to click Finish, and now what I would do is simply open my email client or whatever email program you use, and you can address it to whomever you want to, and down here, there it is. There is the URL to that CPOD, so you can send this to whomever you'd like to, and they can grab this lesson and open it up and run it on their computer. And that's going to conclude this lesson. That's how you create a customized video lesson using SongSurgeon. Thanks for your time today.